Hey, JustMaD here, and the CSGO third-party marketplace scene is as competitive as ever, with Chinese sites beginning a war for users. Is this good for us CSGO investors? Let's get something straight. International third-party marketplaces aren't the best right now. They're really great for some things, like cashing out with crypto or directly to your bank account or to deposit, but the biggest problem with them is the volume. To have an effective marketplace with a large selection of items, and for those to be accurately priced, you need a very large amount of buyers and sellers. To find this marketplace with the large volume of items, we need to go look at China and the current king, Buff163. Buff is currently rivaling the official Steam community market in terms of items available, so it's absolutely massive. The only problem with Buff for non-Chinese players is that you cannot deposit and withdraw from it. However, the 2.5% selling fee makes it quite cheap to buy and sell balance for crypto and other payment methods from other users. But as you can guess, this is not 100% safe, so you have to trust the other person and it's easy to get scammed. The people behind Buff tried to fix this by introducing Buff Market. This has basically the same functionality as Buff163, but accepts withdrawals and deposits from international customers. Sounds great, right? Except the two marketplaces are not linked. You can't buy a skin listed on Buff163 from Buff Market, which means that Buff Market currently has a problem with volume, like every other international site. Buff are trying to get people to use it by advertising it on the Buff163 app and lowering the sales fee for a limited time. But for now, this doesn't seem to be working too well, and there's not that many advantages to use Buff Market instead of any other international site, apart from the lower fee, of course. Now let's talk about MaxPlus. MaxPlus is a Chinese app dedicated to CSGO and Dota 2, where they trade skins and talk about CSGO, almost like Reddit, and also has basically their own version of HLTV, also built into the app. I managed to download it from the Tencent App Store as an APK, and I probably got all my data sent to the Chinese government, but I got it working. They currently have 2.53 million downloads on the Tencent App Store alone, which is really big, especially since there are so many popular Chinese app stores, so the total number of downloads is definitely much higher than this. Now we're in the app, and as you can see, there are tabs at the bottom. The first one is your account, the next one is forums, and the fourth one is CSGO news articles, kind of like HLTV, where there is a very interesting article. This is announcing the release of the MaxPlus marketplace. The main selling point of this marketplace is the 1% fee on selling, and there being no fee on withdrawals for a limited time. But you need an Alipay or WeChat account to deposit or withdraw, so it's the same situation as Buff163. The 1% fee, however, is very interesting because it seems to be a direct attack at Buff. If they manage to get enough buyers and sellers on the site, it can be profitable to use it, and it could even rival Buff163 if they keep the lower fee. Now at this point, I have to mention that the whole app is in Chinese only, so if you want to use it, be prepared to constantly screenshot and put the image on Google Translate. I would give you a demo of the marketplace and we would see how the prices for it are, but unfortunately I can't manage to access it. The button for it is here, and when I click it, it tells me to make a MaxPlus account. So okay, it's similar to Buff, all I have to do is put my phone number here and to put the code they send me, except they don't accept my phone number. On Buff you have the selector to choose your phone code, but there's nothing on here. I tried everything, putting my country code before, putting 00 in my country code, putting nothing at all, but nothing. It seems to only be designed for Chinese numbers. So if anyone knows how to do it, please leave it in the comments below. However, this is all temporary because according to MaxPlus support, there is an English app and website coming soon, probably when they take the marketplace out of beta, so you could wait for that. I also want to thank Noble for his help on my research on MaxPlus. His Twitter is in the description. So, is this introduction of another Chinese marketplace that is desperate to get users actually good for us? In my opinion, this competition from another giant of the CSGO scene in China is great. This means that if the international third-party marketplaces want to stay relevant, they really need to step up their game in terms of sales fee, the amount of skins available, and fair pricing, which comes with a larger user base. This competition will also hopefully push Buff163 to not sit on their laurels and to keep on innovating, like we see them already doing with Buff Market and Buff Plus. This all leads back to a simple law in economics. In a free market, the more competition there is between the suppliers, in this case the marketplaces, the better it is for the consumers, us. So now let's get into Guess the Game. The winner of last video is Seuss, who finally got it after some long brainstorming. He is now tied in second place with Nikolai Jancic and JustMaD. If you want to join them, all you have to do is comment the two pro teams that played in the game in the background. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks a lot for watching.